Welcome to episode 458, Eduardo Saverin, richest self-made billionaire in Singapore. This is an outline of episode 458. There are 3 reasons we study Eduardo Saverin. First, he's the richest self-made billionaire in Singapore. Second, he was born in Brazil and he made his fortune in the United States. Third, he's only 36 years old. Let us meet Eduardo Saverin.
Right, you're talking about between Southeast Asia and India, which are 2 markets that we focus on. Over 2 billion people, close to 1 billion in the middle class by 2020, and a very fast and growing sort of internet penetration, up to 1.2 billion within 5 years or so. And it's arguably the fastest growing internet market in the world. I think Southeast Asia is adding close to 120,000 new people to the internet per day, which is an astounding number. And that goes together with the fact that Southeast Asia and India are truly mobile-first environments. If you look across the world, the usage of the internet, it's probably arguably about 1/3 mobile-based. If you look at India and Indonesia, it's closer to 2/3. That presents tremendous opportunities for 0 to 1 innovation.
Eduardo Luis Saverin was born in Sao Paulo, Brazil, in 1982 to a wealthy Jewish family. In 1993, at the age of 11, he immigrated to Miami, Florida. He's a chess prodigy. At the tender age of 13, he beat a chess grandmaster during a match in Orlando. In 2006, Saverin graduated magna cum laude from Harvard University with a bachelor degree in economics. More important than his degree from Harvard University was that he became a co-founder of Facebook in 2004 in the dormitory of Harvard University.
Junior year at Harvard, Saverin met fellow Harvard undergraduate, Mark Zuckerberg. Noting the lack of a dedicated social networking website for Harvard students, the two worked together to launch the Facebook in 2004. As co-founder, Saverin held the role of chief financial officer and business manager. In 2012, Business Insider obtained and released an exclusive email from Zuckerberg detailing how he cut Saverin from Facebook and diluted his stake. A lawsuit was filed by Facebook against Saverin, that was eventually resolved. Terms of the settlement were not disclosed and the company affirmed Saverin's title as co-founder of Facebook. Saverin signed a non-disclosure contract after the settlement.
Now, the $700 million tax controversy ahead of Facebook's IPO in 2012. Saverin renounced his U.S. citizenship in September 2011 and therefore avoided an estimated $700 million in capital gain taxes. He became a Singapore resident. Saverin denied and defended, but a very angry senator's speech.
A partial but passive owner of the company, not involved in its management, is seeking to make a massive profit while avoiding any taxes. After being welcomed to the United States and attending Harvard University here, Eduardo Saverin recently renounced his United States citizenship just ahead of the massive expected windfall from the Facebook IPO. Mr. Saverin says tax avoidance is not the reason he has disowned the United States, but the numbers don't lie. According to reports, Saverin's avoidance scheme could help him duck anywhere between $67 million and $100 million. Saverin has turned his back on the country that welcomed him and kept him safe, educated him, and helped him become a billionaire. This is a great American success story gone horribly wrong.
On June 2015, he married Elaine, who was Miss Singapore. Miss Elaine Andriansen is an Indonesian Chinese who was educated in the United States.
Being Miss Singapore itself, I hope that it has credibility to inspire other girls. I love makeup, and I think I can do this business well.
In 2018, Saverin is the richest self-made billionaire in Singapore. And still, more than 90% of his wealth comes from owning millions of shares of Facebook. In 2016, he co-founded venture fund B Capital Group with Raj Ganguly, The fund has raised $360 million so far and invests in late-stage tech firms in Asia, Europe, and the United States.
And for us, one of the special things is we look for companies that want to partner and collaborate with some of the biggest companies in the world. It's a bit different. We invest in B2B technology companies, but we truly value companies that are willing to partner with others as they grow.
How is that as a marriage, Eduardo? Because you're trying to sort of bring together these bright young things and the sort of incumbent institutions. That must be quite hard to sort of facilitate.
Yeah, meaning at the surface, there are two different universes, and typically the modus operandi has been young kids in a garage or dorm room are going to out-disrupt the largest business in the world. And what we're moving towards, especially as innovation is starting to touch very large traditional industries, that in fact young kids in a garage can put together phenomenal technology that will enable innovation in some of the largest businesses in the world, and their distribution platform, their capital, their regulatory know-how will enable young entrepreneurs' growth and their businesses' growth to accelerate.
What have I learned today? Two things. First, with globalization, Saverin is the richest self-made billionaire in Singapore. He's a Brazilian who was educated in the United States and made his fortune with Facebook. Second, renouncing U.S. citizenship made hundreds of millions of dollars of tax difference. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. My next video will be Eduardo Saverin, 8 lessons. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.